Few games are as influential as The Secret of Monkey Island. When I experienced it for the first time in 1992, well, you know how people say you never really get over your first love? The Secret of Monkey Island is the quintessential adventure gamer's first love, and it sets a standard for adventure games that most would try to emulate, even to this day. I got my first copy of the game inside of a Sound Blaster CD-ROM combo pack sold back then to make your PC multimedia compatible. Of these combo packs, they would include a bunch of CDs to show off what the new technology at the time could offer. Now, The Secret of Monkey Island is a point-and-click adventure game created by LucasArts, the game division of Lucasfilm. Rest in peace, guys. It focuses on a character named Guybrush Threepwood, who starts out as a punchline to many jokes, but then perseveres through it to go on a quest to become a mighty pirate. Along the way, Guybrush meets his love at first sight, Governor Elaine Marley, who is then captured by the series antagonist, Ghost Pirate LeChuck, and then Guybrush must go on a quest to rescue her. Pretty standard stuff. So let's set the stage here.
Get ready for the biggest offer in history from Nintendo!
In 1990, the NES was at its all-time high point, with Nintendo releasing Super Mario Bros. 3 in America, along with heavy hitters like Capcom releasing Mega Man 3 at that time. Now on the PC side of things, Origin, no, not that Origin, you know what I'm talking about, had just released the first Wing Commander game, and Sierra had released King's Quest V. Also at this time, the best PC you could buy to play DOS games was an Intel 486 running at only 33 MHz. Most games were just starting to use VGA 256 colors, and since the SVGA standard actually got defined in 1990 by VESA, almost no software used modes over 320 by 240 pixels wide. Sound cards were not the norm in PC in the 90s either, and recorded dialogue in games were used as a parlor trick to show off title screens of some larger console games.
The Adventures of Fire Billy. Blades of Steel.
Speaking of dialogue, while there was no recorded dialogue in any of the 90s releases of The Secret of Monkey Island, the dialogue written is some of the funniest, laugh-out-loud moments you'll have in a video game that isn't some mature rated thing. The comedy is timeless because they avoided any sort of jokes that played to the social or political hot topics of the time. Playing it in 2019 is just as fun as when I played it back in 1992, and I like that. Now, the game originally launched in 1990 for MS-DOS on 8 5¼ floppy disks and 16-color EGA graphics, and then later that year, it would receive a 256-color VGA upgrade. It would then get re-released in 1992 with a streamlined user interface that had reduced on-screen verbs and pictures for the inventory. There would be an addition of sampled sound effects, and the music would get a remaster as full digital CD Redbook audio. This game would then be ported to just about every computer that was for sale at the time, and that list is really big. You have to remember, at this moment in time, the IBM PC was not the dominant force that it is today. Operating systems, processor types, and sound hardware varied wildly from system to system. So for these companies to maximize their revenue, their popular games got ported to several systems. Now, you might just be saying, that's all fine and dandy, but should we really be playing this dated game in 2019? And I say to you, maybe you're right, but there's this HD remake right over here that I want you to take a look at. If you wanted to play this game today, definitely pick up the special edition. It's an HD remaster, adding full voice, full sound, and a re-orchestrated version of the music. Yeah, they did it again, but it's really good, trust me. The graphics get a 1080p makeover, which has been controversial for diehards of the original, because a lot of the artwork got overhauled, but I personally enjoy the artwork changes, and the ability to play the game on the controller opens up this classic to a whole generation who did not own an expensive PC in the 90s. The best part about this package is the original is just one click away. And yeah, they turn off all the modern sounds and music to give you as close to that 1992 version as possible, which is annoying because it's good to see the old version, but I want to be able to hear the voices because the voices are so well done. There are many reasons why people will tell you that The Secret of Monkey Island is a must-play in 2019. The satisfying puzzle design, the exotic pirate reggae soundtrack sets the theme, and the whimsical dialogue and jokes all come together in a way that amazed reviewers in 1990, but more importantly, still brings new gamers into the point-and-click adventure genre, even 29 years after its original launch. Secret of Monkey Island has a really special place in my heart, maybe because it's the first one, I don't know. I'd like to hear your opinion on it. So while I boot up this game, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment for me to tell me what your first adventure game that got you into the point-and-click genre that you still like playing today. For a lot of people, I know it's some of the Sierra games, and I know there's a big turf war between Sierra and LucasArts Adventure fans, so don't get too rowdy in the comments.